So over the last week I've been enjoying Kingdom Hearts 3, and I decided I'll pop onto Anthem and try out this demo while it's free for everybody because, like I stated in a previous video, I missed out on the demo that my friend got me a beta code for. Also, shout out to Nate, thanks for that code. Sorry I didn't get to play that often. I took a break from my Kingdom Hearts binging and decided to play some Anthem, and I just, for the life of me, could not get into it at all. And I don't think you guys will be seeing it on this channel, and I don't think I will be pre-ordering it. I couldn't get past the first level, and not because it was hard, and not because I was confused, but because I was so bored, underwhelmed, and honestly a little annoyed. And the reason I was annoyed was because the frame rate is the worst frame rate I have seen in a long time. So recently, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been kind of hit for having some frame pacing issues, and I can definitely see them in some worlds, but for the most part it hasn't hindered my experience at all. Let's be real here. Being a console gamer, I am aware of bad frame rates. I know what good 30 FPS is versus bad 30 FPS. It's all about frame pacing. Like, Destiny feels smooth as butter on console. This feels like hot garbage trash. Some of you guys won't care about that, and that's totally fine. Graphics and frame rate might not be your thing, and for a lot more of you, aesthetics might not be your thing. But let's talk about this. This is very personal, this is very opinionated, and don't worry, if you guys don't agree with me, trust me, I will go to a doctor, I will get a prescription for opinion-changing pills, and I will take them every night before bed. But here's the thing. The aesthetic of this game bores me to fucking tears. I'm sorry, you just can't put something that looks this visually generic in front of me and have me get excited. First of all, it's messy. Enemies don't pop out to me. Nothing really has any definition. There's so much foliage, and it's a messy, charmless world. Fundamentally, just through and through, charmless. And that's my harsh opinion, and some of you guys might be already pissed off at me, but I don't want to compare this game directly to Destiny because it's its own game and it deserves better than that. But Destiny is the first thing that pops to my head, and when I think of Destiny, I think of the charm in it. I think of how smooth it ran. I think of how original it looked. I never thought Destiny was a messy looking game. I thought it was very clean. It was very well shown. Even when I played Destiny 1 on the Xbox 360, I felt the same way. Playing this on my Xbox One X should be a current gen experience like none other, and I'm left feeling like I'm playing not even a half-finished product. I'm playing a quarter-finished product, and this game doesn't exactly release in a year. Visually, it's not interesting. Performance-wise, it's not that great, and graphics-wise, I'm just kind of like, whatever. It kind of just looks generic. It's up to the standard, and I think my girlfriend said it right when she was watching me play it, and we were talking about this. It has the correct graphics, but doesn't have interesting visuals. Nothing about it is visually appealing to me. And I kind of feel the same way about Warframe, with like everything being kind of messy and enemies kind of blend in. But Warframe is at least smooth, it's coherent, and it's very fun and addictive to play. This didn't feel that way at all. I didn't get a sharp, intuitive feeling from this game. I didn't get a come and grind me kind of feeling from this game. And again, this might not matter to you guys, but if I'm going to buy an MMO light game, it better be smooth and coherent, and it better be visually appealing as well as visually interesting. And Destiny, I think, did that very well. I think Division does that very well. And this game, everything felt so ill-defined. And talking about my concerns, the first mission is awful. It's fundamentally dreadful, and I despise it to death. I would like it to die. If I had the ability to give a video game life and then take it away, I would use that power on this mission. Just this mission. Because it's the worst way to present an MMO light. It's very tone deaf to present someone like me, who got burnt by Destiny, to present something as mundane as go here, shoot cannons, hit button, hold off wave of enemies, doors open, go in door, do puzzle, mission over. It was everything I hated about this genre put into one mission. And I'll have some good things to say in a minute, but nothing about this grabbed me. I didn't go, oh, this controls so well, or oh, this is so smooth, or oh, that was super fun. I didn't have any of those kind of like audible, holy shit kind of moments. It was just kind of trash. And I'm not doing a video game review here. I'm letting you guys know I don't think this is going to be on my channel. I'm not trying to throw away my critical thought in the hopes to sway your purchase. I'm genuinely just saying how I feel when I look at this game and how I play it. Nothing about it grabs me, personally at least. Objectively, I do see a lot of potential in this game. I do think the combat combos can be really fun. I think throwing a grenade and then firing a homing rocket and then using your primary weapon and la-da-da-da-da and getting really good at that could be super fun. Super stupid amounts of fun. Leveling up and doing missions and harder raids and collecting materials, all of that could be great. But the thing is, it is stupid hard to get me into a game like this in the first place. And if it doesn't provide me that wow factor when I play it, it's like I'm not getting a wow factor from my first ever experiences with the game. That's not a good sign, because this is the kind of game that lives and dies on its ability to be replayed over and over, day in, day out, week in, week out. MMO-like games are not strict narrative experiences, and I have to say, anybody saying that, well, it could get better is falling into the same trap that Destiny led people into. And I love the Destiny franchise for what it is, but let's not pretend we weren't led into an experience that simmers out quickly or burns out quickly, and then you're just left there with a small handful of things to replay every once in a while until you're lucky enough to pay for more DLC or for a content update to drop. I don't want that again, and that pattern repeats in more games than just Destiny. The genre is kind of littered with it, and when it comes to the news about this game, I haven't heard anything that's gotten me excited. Like, the first thing that got me excited was hearing that rain and water cools your suit while you're flying. I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting mechanic. That could be interesting. And then when I was playing with it, I was like, oh, okay, I see how it's not that interesting. It doesn't actually lead to anything interesting. Maybe it will in future missions and levels and raids, but I don't want to buy into another shallow experience, and nothing about this told me this wasn't going to be that way. I hated using my primary weapon, which was my first big thing. Like, you can disagree with everything I'm saying here, but I pretty much religiously play shooters, and when I'm using a gun in a shooter, it has to feel good. It has to feel impactful. I just punched my hand a little too hard. It has to feel impactful. It has to feel meaningful, skill-based. It has to feel satisfying. Again, and if it's not skill-based and it's stupid easy, fine, but at least make it satisfying. There was nothing satisfying about this. From the audio to the visual, nothing about it looked or sounded good just to, pull out my rifle and shoot an enemy, and that's a bad sign, because this is a game that wants me to shoot hundreds of enemies and hold off waves of enemies, and why would I do that if it doesn't feel good? All right, so I'm nitpicking. At its core, not talking about how I feel about its visuals or its presentation or its originality, and get away from all of that messy stuff. This type of game scares the fuck out of me. I don't like the idea of buying this game, getting into it, playing through every part of it, logging on with my girlfriend and my friends and playing it every night and getting better together as a crew and just mopping up difficult missions and whatever their equivalent to strikes and raids are going to be, and getting through all of that, and then just us sitting around a couple months later going, damn, why did we spend $60 on that? And the big contrast was, despite its frame pacing issues, playing Kingdom Hearts 3 and just feeling how smooth and intuitive it is. Here I am just beating the shit out of enemies in a way that's so satisfying and so customizable and so unique each time, despite it being a little, admittedly repetitive. It feels so good, and then I go into this first mission and I am not blown away at all. It doesn't feel smooth or intuitive. It doesn't feel snappy. It doesn't feel responsive. It doesn't feel satisfying. It doesn't feel anything. It feels like it's going to be another cash grab. And the fact that EA is behind it just cements that opinion. One of the things I hated seeing in Anthem here was during the last part of the mission, you enter a room where there's 3 baddies, and they're kind of tough, I guess. And after you defeat them, one of the characters says that they seemed confused. That the enemies seemed confused. The enemies acted the same way they did outside of the vault. I didn't notice any differences. They didn't even make any surprised noises. They didn't make any noises, really, from what I could tell. The sound design isn't exactly perfect, and it's I really hope nobody plays this game and mistakes this for storytelling or world building. I mean, these enemies seemed confused. I'm like, no, they seem exactly like all the other enemies. They seemed exactly like the same guys we fought before. Don't try to pretend that there was something happening that there wasn't. I shouldn't have to use my imagination while playing your game.
3 Dominion soldiers that were locked in this chamber were behaving strangely. They seemed confused. But enough about that. We should move on and figure out how to get the manifold.
Yeah, no. They didn't. And there are already so many people, I said this in my other video, people ready to die for this game. The Destiny fans that feel like they've been, left out, and they need a new franchise that's similar. Those kinds of people that get into the lore, and they know all of the lore behind Destiny, and they get into all of that. They're already fucking lining up to pre-order this game, or they just like the flying around, which I think is going to get tedious after a while. It's not that interesting after a certain point, like with most things in most games. And I don't want you guys to think I'm saying Destiny's better, Kingdom Hearts is better, I hate this game because it's trashy. What I'm saying is that nothing wowed me. And in contrast to a game in the genre and a game that I'm playing currently, it's not for me. Kingdom Hearts makes me happy to bash endless waves of mobs. It makes me happy, it feels good, and I like experimenting and comboing things and trying out new things. And Destiny is visually appealing, snappy, and intuitive, and smooth as butter. This isn't. This is everything I don't like from a video game, and I think it's honestly doing something Warframe has been doing better, for longer, for free. This isn't a video saying the game is bad. This is a video of me saying I don't like it. If you like it, let me know why. Let me know something I missed. Let me know something that's going to be great about it. Let me know something that has you so excited you can't sleep at night waiting for this game, and I will be happy to read your comments. Prove me wrong if you will. I'm not trying to become some sort of Jim Sterling, downward thrust, I hate all video games guy. I call him like I see him. And I know what I don't like, and I don't want anyone thinking, I hope Boom gets into Anthem. I don't think Boom's getting into Anthem. Not into it at all. And yeah, feel free to talk to me down below, and I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.